Hello, I am in Yeonnam-dong, Seoul. Yeonnam-dong is a hot place in the northwest area of Seoul. It is a consumer district formed very close to Hongdae Street. You can see a lot of people now. The time I visited was around 7 p.m. on Friday. There are many places to enjoy, such as restaurants, bars, and cafes on both sides of the walking path that is built in a straight line. It has only been a few years since this place became a hot place crowded with people. Originally, this walking path was laid out with railroad tracks. The Korean government turned this place into a park while burying the railroad underground, and it was opened to the public in 2015. When it first opened, there were few people, but merchants from nearby Hongdae moved here because they couldn't afford the expensive building rent. Since then, gentrification has gradually occurred. Franchise restaurants that can afford the expensive rent increased, and small stores moved to Yeonnam-dong, so Hongdae Street gradually lost its uniqueness. A more unique and fun street atmosphere than Hongdae Street has been formed, and it has become what it is now. Various stores are located in the narrow, maze-like alleys, and visitors can enjoy finding hidden places. Personally, I like walking around Yeonnam-dong more than walking around Hongdae. It's fun every time I walk. It's fun to look around the pretty alleys. If Hongdae Street feels noisy, Yeonnam-dong has a relatively quiet atmosphere. It feels similar to Insadong in Seoul. If Insadong has a traditional Korean atmosphere, Yeonnam-dong is an alley with a more modern feel. I'm going into the most popular alley on this street. Yeonnam-dong is one of the most popular streets for young people in Seoul. As I explained earlier, due to the gentrification phenomenon, there are places where merchants have settled in new areas to escape expensive rents and become hot places. Including Yeonnam, there are Seongsu, Hanam, and Dosan. Yeonnam, Seongsu, and Hanam are hot places located north of the Han River in Seoul. And Dosan is a hot place located in the, quote, Gangnam area south of the Han River. All four places are places that are visited by many young people in their 20s. If you go into the alley now, you can see the stores hidden there. Originally, this was a common residential area in Seoul. These 5-story multifamily houses are called villas in Korea. There was a time when the villas, built for residential purposes, were converted to commercial use, and there was construction noise all day long. Now that many stores have moved in, that noise has disappeared. Just a moment ago, I passed by a place where an old house was fenced off for remodeling. That house must have been decorated as a pretty store too. The representative commercial district in the north of the Han River that flows through the middle of the city of Seoul is Hongdae, and the representative commercial district in the south is Gangnam. Gangnam is a neighborhood of the wealthy, and there are many exhibitions, luxury fashion, and high-end restaurants. On the other hand, Hongdae has many indie music, independent bookstores, and small fashion stores. The street atmospheres in the north and south of Seoul are completely different. Yeonnam-dong is included in the Hongdae commercial district in a broad sense. My description of Yeonnam-dong Street is over. Now let's take a look at the street scenery. I didn't capture all the streets of Yeonnam-dong on camera. I only captured some of the corners of the wide alley.
킹킹을 가는 게 나을 수도 있는 게
I'm out of the alley. Now let's walk back to where we started, to where the walking park was. The other side of the street to the right is also the Yeonnam-dong commercial district. There are fewer people than on the street I walked. This is because this street is more of a residential area than a store area. If you follow the road to the left from here, you will come across the park where you first walked. We arrived at the park we saw at the beginning. You can see that this is the most crowded place in the Yeonnam-dong shopping district. There is a street performance on the left. People are crowded. You can see street performances like that in Hongdae too. Originally, it was only 10 years ago that street performances like that started in Seoul. The street performances that are common in Europe and the US didn't exist in Seoul. There are many people who do indie music in Hongdae. They started performing on the streets of Hongdae to promote their music, and it became familiar to Seoul citizens as they promoted it through platforms like SNS and YouTube. If you look to the right, you can see people lining up. It's said to be a famous bakery in this neighborhood. It's a bakery called Yeonnam-dong salt bread. Salt bread was first made in Japan. It's a bread with butter and salt added to it, and it has a characteristic crispy texture and salty taste on the outside. It became popular in Korea in 2022 and spread nationwide. Among them, that bakery specializes in selling salt bread. I don't like salt bread because it's too oily from the butter, but there are many people who like the taste of their mouths filled with butter oil when they take a bite. Oh, by the way, bread prices in Korea are the most expensive in the world. It is sold at more than twice as high as in New York, USA. There are many reasons, but I think the tendency to prefer sweet and salty bread in the form of pastries has a big influence. Koreans do not eat bread as a staple food, but rather as a snack, so bread is generally very sweet. That is why Europeans and Americans living in Korea suffer, because they cannot adapt to Korean bread. That's all for my video. Thank you for watching the video.